On a timeless trek, Buddha and his followers found themselves wearied after a day's journey. Seeking respite, they paused beside a serene lake. Buddha, addressing his youngest and notably restless disciple, entrusted him with the task of fetching water. Eager to please, the disciple hurried to the lake. Upon arrival, his heart sank as a herd of oxen stirred the once clear waters into a turbid swirl. Distressed at the thought of offering muddy water to Buddha, he returned empty-handed to explain the situation. Through this simple narrative, the tale unfolds to reveal the quiet strength found in the patience taught by Buddha. Buddha responded to his disciples' report with silent contemplation, a pause that seemed to stretch into eternity. After a time, he calmly requested once more, "Please, bring me some water from the lake." The disciple, though hesitant, obeyed. Yet, as he had feared, the water remained turbid with the trampling of oxen. Time passed, and Buddha, ever serene, asked again. This time, frustration overtook the disciple, who muttered under his breath as he stalked back to the lake, expecting nothing but the murky depths to greet him. To his astonishment, the waters had transformed, now shimmering with unexpected clarity. The mud had settled. The chaos below had given way to stillness above. The disciple realized then that the muddiness was ephemeral. Just like the disturbed silt, his impatience could not hasten the purification of the water. Any attempt to intervene might have only prolonged the disturbance. The clear waters were a testament to the natural course of patience, a virtue that allowed time to heal and restore without interference. Viktor Frankl, a luminary in both psychiatry and philosophy, once observed, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." This principle resonated profoundly within the narrative of Buddha and his disciple. The young monk faced a situation beyond his control, the persistent muddiness of the lake and Buddha's repeated request for water. Unable to alter these external conditions, the only recourse left was an internal transformation, a shift in his own perspective. This tale underscores that just as the murky water would eventually settle to clarity without intervention, so too could the monk's impatience dissolve into calm acceptance if he allowed it. Buddha's repeated requests were not merely for water, but for the monk to grasp a deeper truth, the virtue of patience. By embracing patience, the monk could have spared himself the turmoil of frustration and discontent. Through this simple act of waiting, the lesson Buddha aimed to impart was that serenity often lies on the far side of patience, a timeless virtue that quietly uplifts the spirit. This video delves into the numerous advantages of patience, demonstrating why it is truly a formidable power. I invite you to watch this video until the end. If you find this content useful to you, please click the like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts below in the comments section. The narrative of Buddha and his disciple vividly illustrates that impatience not only inflicts suffering on the impatient individual, but can also adversely affect those around them. Impatience breeds a pervasive dissatisfaction with present conditions, often escalating to the point of anger. Consider the phenomenon of road rage amid traffic jams as a quintessential example of this frustration in action. Moreover, impatience is fundamentally futile. It represents a resistance to experiencing life at its natural pace, a rebellious desire for the world to conform to our personal timeline. We yearn for immediate gratification, for swift alterations in our circumstances. Yet the harsh reality remains that the external world does not bend to our will, regardless of our desires. Patience, therefore, is not merely a virtue, but a practical approach to living more harmoniously within the rhythms of life itself. Patience, celebrated as a cardinal virtue, is rooted in the acceptance of reality as it unfolds. Oxford Languages encapsulates it perfectly: the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. When integrated into daily life, patience unfurls a myriad of benefits. It not only eradicates dissatisfaction, but also enhances decision-making and enriches interactions with others. Embracing patience allows for a more measured response in the face of adversity, leading to choices that are considered and wise rather than reactive. Moreover, in our dealings with others, patience fosters understanding and empathy, virtues that are indispensable in nurturing healthy, resilient relationships. Thus, patience does not merely ease our own journey through life, but also smooths the way for those around us, proving its profound and pervasive power. Now, let's delve into 5 key benefits of patience. 1. The natural flow. Often, hastening actions doesn't aid in achieving our objectives. In fact, attempting to expedite processes can be counterproductive. This principle aligns with the Taoist concept of wu wei, which emphasizes effortlessness or non-doing. Consider the story from a previous video about a farmer who, in his zeal to accelerate the growth of his crops, interfered excessively. His interventions, rather than aiding growth, disrupted the natural progression and ultimately hindered his efforts. Taoist philosophy teaches that forceful actions are likely to backfire, leading to adverse outcomes. Nature follows its own timeline and thrives best without human intrusion, operating within a rhythm that, when respected, yields the best results. Michel de Montaigne, in his reflective wisdom, once noted that the same natural order governing the smallest creatures, like fleas and moles, governs humans as well, if only they would permit it. He suggested that humans could benefit from adopting the same patience as these creatures, allowing life to unfold without interference. This sentiment is echoed in Taoist philosophy, which posits that we can either move with the effortless flow of nature, navigating life with ease, or struggle against it, using great energy for minimal gains. How then can we attune ourselves to this natural flow? Patience is the key. It invites us to step back and let nature take its course, aligning our pace with the rhythm of the universe. This principle is particularly evident in the realm of creativity. Creative inspiration is inherently spontaneous and cannot be forced. The phenomenon of writer's block often arises when we push too hard, attempting to coerce our creativity rather than letting it emerge naturally. The more we strain, the more elusive creativity becomes. However, when we ease up and allow the process to unfold in its own time, creativity often returns of its own accord. This is beautifully captured in Charles Bukowski's poem, So You Want to Be a Writer, which advises patience in the creative process, suggesting that if creativity does not effortlessly burst forth, perhaps one's energies are better directed elsewhere. 2. Wiser, more rational. Decisions. When faced with significant choices, the difference between fruitless doubt and constructive deliberation is stark. Doubt and overthinking trap us in a loop of indecision, rarely leading to clear solutions. In contrast, careful consideration involves a methodical evaluation of various options and outcomes, relying on reason and logical analysis. However, achieving this level of deliberation requires a clear and unclouded mind. Emotions like anger or fear can skew our judgment, pushing us toward impulsive decisions based on immediate feelings rather than rational thought. For instance, deciding to end a friendship during a heated argument can often lead to regret. Patience is invaluable in these situations as it acts as a tool for self-control, allowing time for emotions to subside and for rationality to take the forefront. This approach aligns with time-tested wisdom such as sleeping on it before making a decision or counting to 10 before acting. These practices embody the application of patience, helping to ensure decisions are made from a place of clarity and tranquility. 3. Equanimity. Impatience has a way of driving people to the brink of irritation and anger. This is primarily because many of us despise the act of waiting, viewing it as a wasteful pause in our day-to-day lives. Yet it's this very impatience that lets external factors dictate our emotions. The ancient Stoics found this dependency particularly troubling, believing that if external events can sway our feelings, they have undue control over us. Thus, the caprices of fortune, the unexpected delays and disruptions, become the masters of our emotional state, prompting feelings of anger, frustration, or anxiety. Consider the common scenario of waiting for a delayed train. Initially, the announcement might cause mere inconvenience, but as delays stack up, so too does the frustration for many. Commuters might pace the platform, visibly perturbed, their moods souring with each passing minute. However, those who practice patience handle the situation differently. They note the delay and continue to wait, experiencing far less distress. Their calm is not a product of indifference, but a conscious decision to maintain serenity in the face of uncontrollable circumstances. Patience, then, is not merely about enduring delay, but about fostering a profound acceptance of the present moment. irrespective of its challenges. By choosing not to be perturbed by uncontrollables like delayed trains, muddy waters, or challenging personalities, we safeguard our equanimity. Patience empowers us to remain undisturbed, poised, and peaceful, regardless of external conditions. 4. Perseverance and success. The journey towards achieving long-term goals is inherently marked by persistence, and at the heart of perseverance lies patience. In today's fast-paced world, there's a rampant desire for immediate results, a phenomenon evident in endeavors like weight loss or muscle building. People often embark on these goals with enthusiasm, but abandon them at the first sign of challenge or delayed results. This waning of motivation typically stems from an excessive focus on the end results rather than the process itself. When results don't materialize as quickly as hoped, dissatisfaction and impatience set in, leading many to prematurely give up on their efforts. Elbert Hubbard insightfully noted, "How many a man has thrown up his hands at a time when a little more effort, a little more patience would have achieved success." This observation underscores that a patient attitude towards the unfolding of results can sustain motivation, even in the absence of immediate gratification. Patience doesn't just allow us to accept delays, it helps us to embrace the journey, understanding that worthwhile outcomes often require time. By committing to patience, we enable ourselves to persevere through setbacks, thus enhancing our potential for success. The tale of a farmer and the bamboo tree exemplifies the profound impact of patience on achieving long-term goals. This particular type of bamboo remains dormant for 5 years, requiring consistent care and nurturing without any visible signs of growth. For years, the farmer tended to these seeds with diligent watering and maintenance, even though his efforts seemed fruitless. Despite the apparent stagnation, the farmer's unwavering patience and trust in the process allowed him to persist in his daily tasks. Finally, after 5 years, the bamboo tree sprouted rapidly, validating the farmer's steadfast approach. This story parallels various scenarios in modern life where patience is crucial for achieving long-term success. Take, for instance, investing in the stock market. Significant gains from compound interest typically manifest only after decades. Similarly, most new businesses require about 3 to 4 years to turn a profit. Even success on platforms like YouTube, while sometimes quicker due to fortunate circumstances, generally demands years of consistent effort before yielding substantial results. Patience in these endeavors allows individuals to persevere through long periods without immediate rewards, a challenge that is inherently difficult. It's a bitter practice requiring a suspension of immediate gratification, but the potential rewards are immensely sweet, proving that patience indeed can be the key to long-term success. 5. Tolerance for others. A crucial aspect of patience is the ability to tolerate the behaviors and actions of others. We live in a world where individual autonomy is paramount, yet often find ourselves wishing we could control how others act or think. This desire for control can lead to frustration and conflict, particularly when people around us don't conform to our expectations. This is frequently seen in personal relationships, such as between couples, where disagreements often stem from unmet expectations about one another's actions or inactions. Patience plays a vital role here, as it helps us to accept that we do not and should not control the will and actions of others. By cultivating patience, we learn to cope with differences and manage our expectations, reducing potential conflicts. This tolerance fosters healthier, more understanding relationships, where instead of compelling change in others, we learn to navigate and appreciate their unique perspectives and behaviors. This not only diminishes personal dissatisfaction, but also enhances our interactions, making them more fulfilling and less contentious. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, profoundly understood that the assortment of characters we encounter in life is not within our control. We will inevitably meet individuals who are ungrateful, deceitful, rude, or malevolent. The inevitability of these encounters is a fact of human existence, one that cannot be altered. However, what we can control is our reaction to these individuals. Marcus Aurelius advocated for a choice in our responses. We can either let such people disrupt our peace, or we can accept their presence as part of the diverse human tapestry, acknowledging that occasional unpleasant interactions are a part of life and not worth the disturbance they can cause. By choosing patience, we effectively strip these challenging interactions of their power to unsettle us. This patience is not merely about enduring others, but about recognizing their flaws as part of their humanity, thus fostering a deeper acceptance. Lawrence Lovasic, in his book, The Hidden Power of Kindness, echoes this sentiment, highlighting that patience is crucial in bearing each other's burdens and overlooking flaws. It forms the bedrock of all social interactions within families, professional environments, and broader society. The practice of patience enhances our tolerance, empowers us to listen actively, and cultivates empathy and forgiveness. It decreases the likelihood of impulsive reactions that we might regret. Patience fortifies our demeanor towards both the world and ourselves, building a robust shield against the disturbances of life. In contrast, impatience breeds intolerance, recklessness, and unnecessary suffering, underlining the strength found in the patient endurance of life's challenges. Patience embodies tolerance, wisdom, strength, and equanimity. It is the quiet force that steadies us in turbulent times, equips us to make sound decisions, and enables us to accept others and circumstances as they are. This is the essence of why patience is indeed power. Thank you for watching. If you find this video is useful, please give us a like and a subscription as an encouragement for us to make more useful videos.